Have you ever paused amidst the hustle and bustle and looked at a crowded city, a sprawling metropolis teeming with life, stretching as far as the eye can see, and in that moment, wondered how Earth, with all its finite resources, can possibly sustain us all? It's a question that lingers in the back of our minds, a silent hum beneath the surface of our daily lives. The balance between the food we grow, the resources we consume, and the ever-increasing number of mouths we feed is undeniably fragile. It's a delicate dance, a constant negotiation with the planet's capacity. Images flash bustling markets overflowing with produce from every corner of the globe, a testament to our agricultural prowess, yet a stark reminder of our dependence on a complex and vulnerable system. Endless fields, stretching towards the horizon, meticulously cultivated to yield the sustenance we need. But at what cost? What impact are we having on the land, the water, and the delicate ecosystems that support us all? A sense of awe at our collective achievement, and a nagging anxiety about the future. How long can this intricate balance last? How much more can the Earth provide before it begins to buckle under the strain? The fear of scarcity, of famine, of widespread collapse, is not a new one. It's a primal fear, etched into our collective consciousness, a shadow that has followed us throughout history. It has haunted humanity for centuries, shaping our societies, driving our innovations, and fueling our deepest anxieties. The ruins of past civilizations stand as silent reminders of what can happen when resources run dry. Our progress is remarkable, a testament to human ingenuity and our relentless pursuit of a better future. But beneath the gleaming skyscrapers and technological marvels lies a primal fear. A fear that our very success, our relentless drive to expand and consume, could ultimately become our undoing. That the very systems we've built to sustain ourselves could be the ones that lead to our downfall. Over 2 centuries ago, this very concern, this nagging doubt about our future, was given a name and a comprehensive theory. A theory that continues to resonate today. A man, a scholar, dared to ask a question that challenged the very foundations of society. Could our ability to reproduce, to populate the Earth, outpace our ability to produce the food necessary to sustain us? Once dismissed as overly pessimistic, a relic of a bygone era, his idea now feels eerily relevant, a chilling premonition of the challenges we face today. Today, our cities are bigger than ever before, sprawling metropolises that consume vast amounts of resources. Our consumption is greater, fueled by a globalized economy and a culture of relentless acquisition. And our impact on the planet is deeper and more profound than ever before, leaving an undeniable mark on the Earth's delicate ecosystems. The question of survival is no longer a theoretical exercise confined to academic circles. It's an urgent, pressing reality that demands our immediate attention. We are, in essence, living in a global experiment, pushing the boundaries of our planet's capacity and testing the limits of its resilience. The real question that looms before us, the question that will define our future, is this: what choices will we make, individually and collectively, to shape the outcome, not just for ourselves but for all life on Earth? Imagine a world teetering on the brink, a future clouded by scarcity and struggle. In the late 1700s, a clergyman and scholar named Thomas Malthus dared to look into that abyss. He saw a world on a collision course, population growing at an alarming rate, far outpacing the ability of agriculture to keep up. Food production, he argued, was lagging dangerously behind the ever-increasing demand. He argued that populations grow geometrically, multiplying at an accelerating pace. 2, 4, 8, 16, a relentless upward curve. While food supply, constrained by the limits of land and technology, grows arithmetically. 2, 3, 4, 1. A slow, steady increase, but nowhere near enough to keep pace with the burgeoning population. The result? Sooner or later, people would inevitably outnumber the food available, leading to widespread suffering and despair. Nature, he warned, would impose brutal corrections to restore balance, a grim reckoning for humanity's unchecked growth. Famine, disease, and war, all acting as grim reapers, reducing the population to a sustainable level. Malthus also suggested preventive checks, delaying marriage, practicing moral restraint, and limiting family size, but he remained skeptical, doubting humanity's capacity for such widespread discipline and self-control. His vision was cyclical, a recurring pattern of boom and bust, growth and collapse. Prosperity led to booms, fueling population growth, which inevitably outstripped resources, leading to misery and starvation. This challenged the prevailing optimism of the Enlightenment era, a time of unwavering belief in endless progress and human perfectibility. Malthus wasn't a monster, he wasn't advocating for suffering, just a realist, a keen observer of the natural world, warning of nature's unforgiving limits. He urged society to look beyond short-term gains and immediate gratification, and to carefully consider the long-term consequences of unchecked growth and resource depletion. His prediction, though controversial, cast a long shadow, shaping economic, social, and political debates for centuries to come. Even today, in a world grappling with climate change, resource scarcity, and overpopulation, his warning echoes with unsettling resonance in our global challenges. The question remains, were his fears ultimately justified, or can human ingenuity and innovation overcome the limits he foresaw? The 20th century seemed to definitively prove Malthus wrong, challenging his dire predictions about population growth and resource scarcity. His theories, once considered inevitable, appeared to be relics of a bygone era. The population exploded, surging to unprecedented levels, but the global famine that Malthus predicted did not materialize. Instead of widespread starvation, there was a surprising increase in food availability. Instead, we revolutionized food production, the Green Revolution. This period marked a significant turning point in agricultural history, driven by innovation and technological advancements. Scientists like Norman Borlaug, often hailed as the father of the Green Revolution, spearheaded this transformation by breeding high-yield crops. His work in agricultural research was groundbreaking. These new varieties were not only more productive, yielding significantly larger harvests, but also resistant to disease, ensuring a more stable and reliable food supply. The introduction of synthetic fertilizers, pesticides, which protected crops from pests and diseases, and massive irrigation projects, channeling water to arid lands, transformed agriculture, making it more efficient and productive than ever before. Crop yields soared to unprecedented levels, feeding billions of people, and significantly reducing starvation rates across the globe. Grain silos overflowed with the bounty of the harvest. Countries like India and China, once facing the threat of widespread famine, became self-sufficient in food production, defying Malthusian predictions and achieving remarkable agricultural independence. Technology and innovation in agriculture outpaced population growth, ensuring that food production could keep up with the increasing demand. New farming techniques and equipment further enhanced efficiency. Malthus was largely dismissed as a false prophet, his theories seemingly invalidated by the remarkable achievements of human ingenuity in overcoming the limitations of nature. We learned to synthesize nitrogen, a crucial component of fertilizers, engineer crops to resist pests and diseases, and manage water resources on a massive scale through sophisticated irrigation systems. The Malthusian trap, the idea that population growth would inevitably outstrip food production, it seemed, had been decisively escaped, freeing humanity from the constraints of limited resources. The future looked bright, filled with promise and potential, and the specter of global famine, which had haunted humanity for centuries, seemed to be fading into the distant past. But was this victory truly permanent, or were we merely postponing an inevitable reckoning with the limits of our planet? The question lingered, casting a shadow of doubt on our seemingly secure future. In the 21st century, Malthus's shadow returns. The Green Revolution's miracles came with hidden costs: soil degradation, water pollution, and depleted aquifers. Climate change now threatens the stability that made abundance possible. Extreme weather, droughts, floods, heat disrupts harvests worldwide. Crop yields are threatened, hunger is rising again. Water scarcity is a crisis for billions, not just a few nations. Our cities strain under growing populations and failing infrastructure. The Earth's life support systems, air, water, soil, are under stress. Neo-Malthusians warn we haven't escaped limits, just postponed them. The challenge is no longer just food, but the planet's entire capacity to support us. Can Earth withstand the pressure? Was Malthus simply ahead of his time? His core idea, endless growth on a finite planet is impossible, now seems prophetic. Today's crisis isn't just about numbers, but about how we live and consume. The real issue: inequality. A person in a wealthy nation uses far more resources than someone in a poorer country. Overpopulation is a simplistic narrative. The real problem is unsustainable lifestyles and economic models. The Malthusian crisis may come as ecosystem collapse, not just famine. We must rethink not just how many we are, but how we live. Facing these realities isn't about surrender, it's about action. Just as past innovation postponed crisis, new solutions can build a sustainable future. Smart agriculture, precision farming, vertical farms, AI-driven crop management can boost yields with fewer resources. Tackling food waste is crucial. Nearly a third of food is lost from farm to table. Water conservation, desalination, recycling, rainwater harvesting must become standard. These solutions require global cooperation and local action. We must shift from exploitation to stewardship. The challenge is immense, but so is our capacity for change. The future depends on transforming how we produce, consume, and value resources. Sustainability is not a choice, it's a necessity. Was Malthus right? In some ways, yes, unchecked growth has limits, but he underestimated human innovation. Our solutions have bought time, but at a cost: ecological instability. The crisis has shifted from food scarcity to planetary health. The real challenge is not population control, but conscious, equitable choices. We must address inequality, shift to a circular economy, and value the natural world. The legacy of Malthus is a warning, not a prophecy. Our future is not predetermined, it's shaped by our choices. Will we descend into scarcity or build a sustainable civilization? The test is ours now more than ever. Our planet is waiting for our answer. The choice is in our hands.